So I'm going to talk about personalized news recommendation system. This is the project I worked on during for the Coursera uh, course number 3, Human Factors in AI. So the project which I've considered is personalized news recommendation system. The basically the user. So let's say I'm a media agency. The user should be able to go into my platform and view news articles based on his choice. So I want to make that experience of the user while viewing news articles. I want to make the experience more personalized. So the basic task involved here would be identifying the user preference, analyzing the behavior of the user, and then recommending articles based on the interest to personalize as well as relevant. So it should be easy to use, it should be personalized and relevant. This is the main objective. In the user experience design, the user will interact with the proposed solution by logging into system and then selecting the preference. But then in the user experience design, the key consideration would be transparency, interpretability, and explainability. So it should be transparent in how it makes recommendation, interpretable in how it analyzes user behavior, and it should explain that in explainability factor is it should explain how it provides recommendation to the user. Now let's say now to make it more a little bit deeper, now the person will it should he should interact with the system by logging in, and then he'll select his preference. But then in the backend, the system will analyze the user behavior and then it recommends news articles based on their interest. It should be transferable on how it makes recommendation, and as I said, it should be interpretable in how it analyzes user behavior, and it should be explainable in how it provides recommendation. Uh, Now the point is, we need to also make sure we avoid algorithmic and data bias to make sure we ensure fairness. We need to also ensure accountability. It should provide explanation for its recommendation. Okay, so that accountability of the model should be there, and then it should be interpretable and explainable. So one more thing is that in the system design, we should also protect the user privacy by obtaining their consent, and we should provide the users with access to their data and ensuring that security of user data. So the overall experience in a nutshell should be prioritize, personalize, and relevant news articles to the user, but at the same time ensure fairness, accountability, transparency, and privacy. Now, privacy here is that now the privacy concerns stemming from the data collected include the collection and user of personal information, and there are some potential for data breaches and the use of sensitive data. Let's say if I'm trying to release this in the Europe and the US, so some of the laws are like GDPR and California Consumer Privacy Act. So basically, we need to we need to comply with these laws, including we need to update the user consent, provide users with access to data, and ensure the security of the user data. Next is the ethical consideration here would be, well, ethical consideration is we need to make sure we avoid any kind of bias. So the main potential source of bias would include algorithmic bias, data bias, and user bias. Now, how we meet the goal of ethical AI by ensuring fairness, accountability, and transparency. To ensure fairness, we will make sure that we avoid algorithmic and data bias. To ensure accountability, we make sure the system is designed to provide explanation for its recommendation. To ensure transparency, the system should be designed to be overall to be very interpretable and explainable. So this is how I cover my all the points for this project. Thank you so much.